Okay, June update. So the theme of this particular point in time is around vining. Everything that can vine is vining aggressively. So starting with these cucumbers here, they have found their way onto the wind chime, onto the border here, and now onto the green stalk. And as a result, their ability to hang has left them with some pretty significant looking cucumbers, which is looking really, really nice. And the spikes on them indicate that they're nowhere near being done growing, which is really cool. We've also got a little okra, which is taken off in size as well. A random tomato plant, which I'm not sure how it got there. The artichokes went from 1 to 3 to now 5 different little artichokes. This one I think is about ready. This one's taking on a weird open shape, which I'm not really sure what that indicates, but it's definitely different than the rest. All of these lemon style cucumbers all just took off in size in probably the last 2 weeks. They looked like a sprout at the beginning of the month. You can see some of the sprouts that had begun, and now these are just going crazy, and they're vining onto this cabbage here. They're vining onto the Swiss chard, which has gotten to the point where I can harvest from it almost every day just to keep it from growing too big. The broccoli's doing okay. It's a little sad looking leaves wise, but production is really nice. Seems like it always has at least one head or two going. Some are really hard to stop from getting tall like this since they did that once, but I'll let this go for now since it's not taking up a ton of space relative to all the vining things. Here's another cucumber. Doesn't have any fruit on it yet, but it's been sprawling out pretty aggressively. We have one Black Beauty eggplant in the exact same place as I had it last year. It's just starting to go. The Ichiban eggplant, it's not doing so well. It looks like something probably ate the top of it, and then all of its light is being drowned out by this cucumber here. Some peppers and some other smaller things are doing okay, but those are the significant growth ones in the main bed. The snap peas and everything they just died off. I'm not really sure what the reason for that was, but I'm going to repurpose this particular bed. The okras are still doing okay, although they are being susceptible to rabbits. You can just see where they're kind of cut off at the same point on each of them, which is very irritating. And then on to the final bed, which has been extremely successful, are the tomatoes. There's 3 different rows here. This one is Lemon Boy. This one is Salsa tomatoes. And then the last one are cherry tomatoes. And you can see the Lemon Boys are very much ready to be harvested. This cluster looks awesome. I think I'm gonna cut this off later today. Here's what they look like a little bit earlier in the cycle. And we've got this smart guy here, decided to grow right into the trellis. He's not coming out. So we'll just see what happens there. The salsa ones are looking pretty nice. A couple more there. And you don't always see them at first, but there are cherry tomatoes just absolutely all over this thing. There's probably 100 plus when you look closely. And then within it, there's just a few that are bright red that are ready to go. I already tried one the other day and they taste awesome. You can just pick them right off the plant. These buckets just don't do so well. I just don't think they get enough sun. I might try to think of something else to do with them. Herbs are doing great. That's oregano, that's basil, that's the mint from the yard. And then finally is the cucamelon, and this guy is just the ultimate vine. It is grabbing onto everything, including itself. The peppers here. So I got it this emergency trellis. I put in a couple more and some rope, and it's just grabbing. I mean, you can just see the aggressiveness of the vines everywhere. Fortunately, this wood on the fence is pretty abrasive, so it can pretty much stick to all of that. But you can see closely, if you look, there's a bunch of little ones that are about that size, and then just a small handful of cucamelons that are getting close to being ready to eat. It's funny too, it's already gone all the way to the top here, and it even found its way into the neighbor's yard, and there's significant vining going on over there, and they put up some strings as well. So maybe it'll be a community plant, who knows. And lastly, there's some watermelon that's doing pretty nice. It's trying to look for something to grab onto, and no sign of fruiting, but I think that these take significantly longer. This is the Black Diamond watermelon. And then lastly, the green stalk. It's kind of just the experimental bed. We have our favorite onion here that is the mascot of the garden. It's still looking great. And just some butter lettuce that was bought from the grocery store that you can just throw into here, and it's been harvestable along with this one. Everything else below this just does not get enough sun in my area, so mild success at best maybe. But overall, things are looking awesome, and I'm really looking forward to some more sunny days so these things can keep growing. But anyway, that's the update.